Good morning to you and happy Good Friday here at BCB Transport. Boy, lots of things. Drive safe. Good morning to you, first of all. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's nice to finally talk to you this morning. I know we haven't really...
I guess so. That's kind of overrated. Overrated, I would say. Hey, we did have opening day baseball. And boy, do we love that here in America. Didn't have fans all over. It wasn't sold out stadiums, but we did have it. And some crazy, crazy games yesterday. Did you catch any of them?
I did not catch any baseball. I worked really late yesterday, and then
Just the highlights?
No
highlights?
No, sir.
Man, you had baseball. You had home runs being hit in the snow. I don't know if we have that Detroit game on there, but you have Cabrera hitting a home run, and it's just full of snow. I mean, it's not just – this is baseball in wintertime. It's snowing.
It's spring.
You know, and we saw that with – here you go. Look at this. How did he even hit the ball? How did he know where the ball was? I mean, there's white everywhere. And the place went crazy. The fans did that were there just because it was a home run in that kind of crappy weather. And they were there.
Why did he slide it at second on a home run?
He didn't know it was a home run.
Oh, he couldn't see it.
He couldn't see. Nobody could tell. So, yeah. So he just. I
hit it good, but I don't know if it's a double or I don't know if it's a home run.
Then we had our, the Texas Rangers got beat by Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, 14-10. So we have that score there.
Football score.
14-10. Yes, we started.
I don't
with
even
the
know
loss
if the
right
Cowboys
there.
can score 10 points.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the Chiefs would score more than 14 against our defense. There's a couple things there. That's for Dag.
They both had 15 hits.
That was a wild.
Oh goodness! All right, and we had one more too. What was the another baseball highlight too? Oh, guess who's back in town? Houston is, and you know what? It's been 2 years.
Boo.
We forgot last year, right? Because we didn't get to boo them.
Boo.
Well, guess what? They're back a year later, and they still got booed. We have that. There you go. Listen.
Number 27, Jose Altuve.
So they're getting, just getting booed. Here
Some
it
of
is.
some of those players weren't even on that team.
Oh, well, the fans know who it was, let me tell you. So they were giving them a heavy-duty shellacking.
They were also beating trash cans.
It was, we had to wait a year to do this. And I'd be honest with you, I totally forgot about it. But the fans didn't. And I'm sure when they get play here, everywhere they play, everybody will all of a sudden remember.
And trash cans will come out. They'll be banging.
No doubt about it.
They'll be banging trash cans.
Oh man, that's what we had with baseball on opening day. It's just cool stuff to see that. It's just nice to have baseball back. April Fools. Did you get April Fooled at all?
Yes, I did. One time yesterday.
What happened?
Kenny told me my truck was getting towed.
What? Towed?
Yeah, he said.
For what?
I don't know.
Have
He
you
said.
not paid the car
No,
bill?
he just said, "Hey, did you know your truck was getting towed?" I go, "What? I don't even know what you're talking about." He goes, "Yeah."
Well, it was parked in the fire lane. We did see that yesterday. It was parked in the fire lane, so it could have gotten towed away.
I was helping somebody get in and out of a truck. So.
Hey, the president of Volkswagen.
What? How did we jump
he did a little, and it went a little far. I mean, I don't think he thought it would go anywhere, but he did it. President of the Volkswagen U.S. side had a little joke there, and it was what was it? It wasn't Volkswagen. It was with
There's a Volkswagen car.
Yeah, that's the car. But the joke was now I forgot it already. It was. Let me look here.
You forgot the joke.
Well, it's not a joke. It's an April Fool's thing. And, I say I forget it, but we all have it. But I'm the only one that uses our Monday.com.
Hey, okay, in complete fairness, you sent this 2 minutes before we went on and said you wanted to do it.
I read all the
I have
stories.
it up all the time.
Okay, so to fill it in, the gag gone wrong started on Monday when the Volkswagen Communications in the United States published a draft of the release on the company's website and quickly took it down. The release, initially picked up by several news outlets, said that the company would rebrand itself Volkswagen,
The electric
of
city.
America.
Instead of people's car, it's going to be electric car.
Now, so I'm hooked to the Wi-Fi. I'm back. I'm ready to carry the show. Y'all just go back to sleep. I got it. We're okay. Volkswagen was the prank. And yeah, it didn't go so well. People were like, what? You're changing the name all these years?
Yeah,
So
Volkswagen means people's car. And
Yeah, but
then
Volkswagen means electric
car. Yeah, so I get it. I mean, that's pretty funny.
actually, it's not a bad bad.
That's not a bad branding.
Yeah, so I'm sure there had to be. I'm sure there was more to it than that. It got the word out. Nothing, any kind of press is
Germans
good,
were probably
right?
mad.
I don't even know about that anymore. They're going to make money off it, so they're okay. Hey, Drive Safe, we talked a little bit on Monday, right? We had the Suez Canal got freed. We had the ships getting free, but we talked Monday, I think, too, about that congestion in the LA ports.
Yeah, about how many more.
And when we talk about that today, today, on this very day, there are 24 container ships at the port of LA that are anchored in, carrying 10 times the amount of cargo that was blocked in the Suez Canal. So it just goes to show you that, this freight, where it's at right now, there's so much backlog in this country right now. 24 ships with 10 times the amount of freight. You remember how big that cargo ship was? 25,000 containers on that?
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
huge.
Yeah.
It's too big to go through the Panama Canal.
So my Amazon delivery's not coming tomorrow?
There's a good chance it's not. Some of these ships have been out there for 14 days, too, or 12, 14 days. So
that's
been out there for a little bit. No doubt about
layover.
it. And, part of those, too, how many of those things are carrying the chips? The chip shortage, and how much,
do we not prioritize these things, or do we? I mean, the things carrying maybe the chips might need to be moved in first.
Let me tell you,
and then the other stuff might need to come in, like the trash cans that need to be banged on for the opening day. Those might need to wait.
That chip shortage, though, is for real. We have Biden. He put in we're $50 billion.
$50 billion.
Yeah, $50 billion going towards the chips is what we are doing to get that going to fund the chip thing. You have the TSMC, which is a Taiwan company, the largest chip producer for in the world, does a lot of for the Apples, but they've just committed $100 billion over the next 3 years in chip manufacturing.
Here on our shores.
Over there in Taiwan. It's a Taiwan company making them, though, for companies here in the U.S.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
$100 billion. And the thing about that, and again, we think about this chip shortage, and we've been talking about it, for a while. And they say that, hey, you know what, with the 5G, how that's just swallowed up, all this technology, COVID, us staying at home, ordering more product and
more Wi-Fi.
And all this, yes, all this stuff, how it's just eating up the chips. And they shut them down for a period. And now here it is, Drive Safe. Just think about this. These chips, $100 billion over the next 3 years. That's more than double than what they produced over the last 3 years.
Oh, I understand it, and I'm starting to get it. I mean, we're looking at just something simple like the wood to build the desk. The prices have doubled on wood over the last 6 months. You just can't get wood anymore. You can't get building materials anymore. You can't get glass. Now you can't get chip. You can't get.
All right, I was wondering when you were bringing the chips in on that. I was like, we're talking about chips, and you started talking about wood.
Wood, glass, building materials, and this is another building material for components. I mean, it's just another component to technology, and it's not. It's a shortage across the board. And until those ships get in, until we get the resupply done, and the warehouses fill back up, we're going to continue to see shortages, not just in chips, but in a lot of things, in a lot of raw materials necessary or components to build things.
Yeah, there's it's in the vehicles we saw the Volvo
plastic
shutting down. A lot of these chip companies, the car companies. Again, Ford announced, I think on Wednesday, that it's slowing down its Detroit facility up there, their Kansas City one as well. So these chip shortages are for real. The U.S. is investing in them. The Taiwan, everybody recognizes that it's here, and it's not when you read these stories now about the chip shortages, and I mean, it's quickly taken over a bigger deal than COVID is today. It's like the new COVID. I mean, it's a huge problem that's affecting us worldwide now, this chip shortages.
I was just curious, and I saw that you speak to it in Taiwan, and what bothers me is that we're investing in foreign manufacturing. Why can't we do it domestic manufacturing?
Biden put the $50 billion, and that's here for the U.S. side.
Yeah, $50 billion,
then Taiwan is investing their own money. That's not us investing into them.
Okay.
That's their $100 billion they're allotting towards it.
It costs a lot of money to do that kind of manufacturing domestically, like a lot of money. So
yeah, but Biden is investing in that. We announced too that there is a companies here in the U.S. that have already agreed they're going to start producing more because they're going to make their money up. But Drive Safe, I guess what I'm saying is that we're not investing in these Taiwan companies. They're investing their own money, and that kind of what they're supposed to do. That's
Well, I would be hard pressed to believe that the United States in some way doesn't have $1 investment in a Taiwan company, because not only are they based upon our ally and necessary, you pretty much Taiwan can't survive without the United States backing. You get that, right? Militarily, economically, and politically.
With what we're talking about.
Of course it does.
What? Tell me how.
What do
Because
you
I think
mean?
you're reeling right now.
I'm not
You're going
reeling.
down.
No,
You're going
sir.
down. Pull up. Drive safe. Pull up. Pull up. You're reaching right now.
Taiwan is not even recognized by China, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hey, pull up, drive safe, Dave. Pull up. Hey, it's almost time for that phrase that pays. We're going to have that winner here. Hey, a couple little side notes
not
too
winner.
is, or not winner. That could be the case too. This is the week we do that.
Yeah.
One shot. One shot. If you miss it, it goes to the next week.
And then the money just keeps
So
building.
we actually have some time here, because I'm sure that, with only one person, odds are they're going to miss it. And
Yeah, you never
we're gonna
know.
That way, very, very random picks. Make sure we do that side. Hey, listen to this. I know that we have, my daughter's graduating. We have a lot of kids graduating. We got graduations from, our drivers that are going to have family, their kids, friends graduating this year. And I saw something kind of cool, and it just kind of speaks to the nation and where we are today with our youth is, if you don't know where you're going to go to college,
I saw this article.
or perhaps you haven't been accepted anywhere, producer, hey, there's a new way that you can make yourself pretty successful. And what is that?
Yeah, so basically there was a college acceptance program that was going on in just kind of, I think Rhode Island was where it was happening at. And so a student who was a little bit fed up with how college acceptance happens and seeing all of his peers getting accepted into college decided, you know what? I'm going to make a fake college, and I'm going to make myself get accepted into this college, and I'm going to post it everywhere, and everybody's going to love it. And so he shared his acceptance, quote unquote, to Southern Rhode Island Institute of the Arts, and it went viral. Everybody around him started asking him how he got accepted, and he got a bunch of other people on board. And he went through and started actually a forum of people who who post their acceptance letters on social media.
I'm applying.
Yep. Well, and he got them to also, quote unquote, get accepted by this university, and then just spread it like wildfire. And then there were people genuinely asking how people got accepted into this university.
And I think that, what is that, Latin down there? I
But
think
didn't they
it
have a
means
mascot?
You've
The
been
mascot,
had.
Carl.
No, it's actually a soft shell crab was their mascot.
Carl, right?
Yeah.
Carl, the soft shell crab, is the mascot.
What is that at surete? Is that mean like you've been had or something like that? At SUREXIT.
At Surexit.
It see what it means here. That's a little Latin, drive safe. You know what that means?
No, I don't know what it means in Latin. It's been a while since I've studied Latin.
I think it means something like you've been had or something like that.
I know A means you.
I'm sure we have some fact checkers out there for certain
I know A
that
means
can help
you.
us out. Folks that are much
Or two
smarter
means you.
than
And
myself. So
It means they got, so I'm assuming in some way that means
Gotcha.
you got.
Yeah,
You
gotcha.
got. Yeah.
you were gotten.
all right. Well, you have been gotten, and it's so a new way. So if you get something from a friend that says, "Hey, send your niece some money. She got accepted, or he got accepted to Rhode Island Institute of Arts," fake news. It's not really happening. Don't send the money.
I'm already applying. I'm trying to get my
Phrase that pays time. Here we go. We got one shot at this. You got one person to get this, and it pays $50. And drive safe. If they miss it, what happens?
That $50 gets applied to next week, and next week's answer would be worth $100. So if it misses and you continue to miss, the money keeps applying. We keep banking the cash until the winner hits, and when the winner hits, you know what? It could be the next $1 million lotto if we go a long time, right?
All right. Yes, sir. And here we
All
go.
right, Albert Tubbs. Do you know that phrase
So what if
that
he doesn't even
pays?
answer the thing? Does it move to the next person?
We can move until we find somebody
All
that
right.
answers. So Albert Tubbs, do you know that phrase that pays? Going once, going twice.
What do you say?
I heard a no.
No.
All right, there he
All
goes.
right, well, folks, here we go. We have while Albert's loss means it could be your gain next week, as next week's Phrase that pays is worth $100. A Benjamin, pure Benjamin, right to you. So good stuff.
Nice. So now it's going to be worth $100 next week. Make sure that you get it. Make sure that you're ready and make sure that you're prepared next week, because now we've bumped it up to $100. And as we keep applying, we're going to keep making the money. We're going to make this a big money deal.
Oh, yeah. You know, I was watching some of the chat messages yesterday, and, you know, you know what? Our drivers can figure stuff out. They're like, hey, it's on YouTube. You know, here's the phrase that pays. They were
It's on YouTube. Play it back. Go get the YouTube. And you know what? Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to succeed.
So we're going to have to be careful. We're going to have to think about this. We got to think like Justin Hayes does. You know, think like Justin Hayes.
Sneaky.
You know, sneaky. You know, catch it in the act. So,
Mr. Catch him in the act.
all right. Hey, it is time for Buckle Up Bob and a little bit of safety. Bob's coming in. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Rick. At least one time this year, the Cardinals have a better record than the Yankees.
1-0.
I may only be able to say it once this year.
All right. So how's it going, Bob?
It is going great. Yesterday afternoon, we kind of had a great show with the drivers. It was just really fun. And yesterday afternoon, and we looked at the weather, and man, what a great weekend we got.
Did you get a haircut, Bob?
I did. I got my ears lowered.
I saw that. I was going to tell you, but right after you got speaking, and the producer jumped right in on it.
I
He's more
had to take
alert
the
than you are.
opportunity.
Huh?
Sometimes.
I had to take the opportunity.
No, I know. Jump right
I
in.
knew you were going to ask, so I felt.
You know, it's funny when you're young, you want that hair. When you get old, it's a hassle. You just don't want to mess with it.
Well, or it's not there.
Well, it's still there. I can still grow it. It's just, you're
not-
right. Sometimes it's
You know,
just
the
not
forehead seems to get bigger and bigger, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And I used to have my hair used to be closer to my eyebrows. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah, I remember a day when my mom said, "Get that hair out of your eyes."
I don't
Right?
have that.
They hated
Don't have that issue much anymore.
No, not at all. But yeah, we've got some amazing weather. You know, and we had some fun because Scott Shapiro, he told me what he's going to do, and I thought it was going to work, and it did. He got Andy Hogarth on April Fool's Day yesterday. So,
Okay.
And all Andy will tell me is, paybacks are heck.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she's looking for the
She's
infamous.
ready.
Yeah. Scott actually got her because Andy has cats in the truck, right? And Scott said, well, due to the last accident, the driver was distracted because his dog jumped up on his lap. So we are company policy banning all animals in the vehicles. And Andy didn't like that at all.
Mess with her. Don't mess with her cats.
No. So it was pretty funny. So the infamous Scott Shapiro pulled off a pretty good prank for the drivers.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
those weren't the exact words that Andy used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I didn't
sure.
think I could
Yeah.
repeat them, Scott.
Yeah, some of them. I'm sure if you were in German as well, I'm sure there was expletives across the board, multi language.
Yeah, but I had a good conversation with our drivers. It's fun just to, you give all the seriousness stuff, and then you can just kind of relax and have some fun. And, we had fun with the Hayeses and the Marshes and Lonnie and just Bobby Briggs. Forgot Bobby's last name now. All of a sudden.
Harris.
That's it, Bobby Harris.
Bobby Harris.
See, that's another thing that goes, not just your hairline, but the memory goes as you get older, too.
I know. I mean, there's a lot of things that go.
But even though we're talking about the weather dangers, severe weather, we're not going to see much of it this weekend, if any. The winds die down. So what I did was, typically they kick up during the afternoon. So all the charts are just for the next 3 days in order in the afternoon because the morning is even better. But seeking the shelter, the number 5 topic, and we kind of touched this a little bit, but do not park under an overpass. They are not the safest place. And actually, in some cases, they can amplify the winds. Do not stay in your truck. Try to find a nearby building if it's available. If not, you get to the lowest spot in the ground you can find and lay flat on your stomach. And then do not drive in a tornado or try to outrun one. You will not outrun a tornado. So just kind of keep that in mind as we get into this. We are in actually tornado season right now. We are at 2 days preventable accidents and 12 days with to get out and look. So again, we're about a third of the way towards our record. Consecutively 2 38-day periods we've had. So we break this record now. Man, what a great time. We're going to be into April. We'll finish April. We'll have a new record. And then we're already a third of the way through the year with 3, consecutive streaks of over 38 days.
That kudos to the drivers.
Yes.
For making a difference on what they're doing by getting out and looking and by taking care and doing what needs to be done. Look, it's going to have to be done. It's going to have to work. Still going to have to be put in, and the habits still have to be in place to continuously get out and look. You got to. I know. Hey, I looked. I drove by. I looked. I saw the spot. No, you need to stop the truck, put it in park, and you need to go back there and find out what it is you're looking at before you back in.
Absolutely. Don't trust that you glanced as you drove through, because yes, you can glance over there, but you're also worried about everything else around you. So you're not really looking closely. So you, like Drive Safe Dave said, you have to get out and look.
Create that habit every time.
That's it.
That's what you're doing. And if you don't do it every time, if you say, oh, well, it's just a truck spot, right? And where do we mostly have our accidents? Mm-hmm. In truck spots. Where do we, and hey, it's just a dock. I've bumped them a million times. Where do we mostly have our accidents? We have those in those locations, right? And it's those are the two places, and that's where we back up the most. We're pitting it. And it's not just when you blind back in. It's all the time. It's whenever you back up. It's whenever you need to put that truck in reverse. You need to make sure that you put it in park, you get out your truck, you walk back there, and you take a good look at what you're doing, because you're not going to drive forward without looking out the windshield.
Right.
You're not going to drive that way without looking. Why would you drive that way without looking? Why would you do anything that you didn't get a good look? Because guess what? You're going to have to answer to the people on the show. Yeah. You're going to have to answer to us, and you're going to have to tell yourself, hey, I need to know that every single time I'm doing what it takes. We've made it a real priority here with the get out and look goal, and we keep a good record of it. But really, it's got to be a practice that everybody does. And it's got to be something they do every time.
Absolutely, because we sideswipe things. You can't just be looking on the ground. You got to look everywhere. One driver told me it's not what you see that's the problem. It's what you don't see.
Right. And
I just always love that, because it's like you have to be looking for what you don't see.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, things when you don't get out and you take it, and we're not that big of a hurry.
No.
We're really not. You're just backing in. You're just going to bump a dock, man. Do yourself a favor. There can be something simple as laying on the ground that you couldn't see as you were driving by. And if you get out and you go back there and you take a look, you may see something that punctures those tires. You may see something. There's bolt seals. Y'all know this, laying on the ground. There's stuff there. There's nails from simply from the
slipping out the trailers. Sometimes people do it right there at the dock.
Brushing the trailers off, and they knock nails from the pallets down on the ground, and they don't care.
No,
they don't care. And if you take the opportunity or the moment to do more to protect not only the equipment that you're in, but also it'll save you time. Right now, you've got a flat on your tire, right, that you could have, or even the next person you've protected from not getting that, right? So Not only think about yourself, but think about the next driver, right? You want to make sure that you're taking care of them. And I know that sounds crazy, but getting out and look does a lot more than just bumping something. It takes into account people's lives, people's safety. It takes into account the equipment. It takes into account, and you know what? It needs to be done. It needs to be the practice that you make. And I love the fact I brag on when we talk to insurance companies and we meet other people. I brag on our get out and look score. I tell everybody the success that's going on here because of what people are doing and how they're making a difference.
Oh, absolutely right. We talked about it with our fleet yesterday, on Thankful Thursday. Just told them how, they set the bar our first year pretty high. I mean, it was better than the year before when we weren't on our own. And then when you look at this quarter, which we just finished, right, we're ahead of last year.
Right.
I said, so not only did they raise the bar last year, but they've already started this year raising it even higher. And that's a kudos to our drivers.
Right. And we need to continue that streak.
Absolutely.
And we need to make sure that we work even harder to make it better, because we have an opportunity to set a standard in the industry that we can take out and market to other trucking companies, right?
Absolutely.
So that we can take this BCB of trucking and we can apply it to everyone out there and make, because of what you do, because of the difference you make out there on the road, not only when you're getting out and look, but everything you do, by the way you treat other drivers, by the way you act out on the road, by the way you drive defensively. And not only, Bob, it shows up in our It shows up in our accident record. It shows up in our many different ways. It makes a difference. Not all, and people are taking notice.
Absolutely. I think Sir Rick shared we were one of the only companies that did not experience an insurance rate hike.
Yeah. Which is
because of what our drivers did
absolutely.
And what we do with this show. Just kudos to all of you out there for that effort.
And it starts. It may have started, but the fire goes with you. You know, we may have sparked something, but I'm telling you, the real fire, the real success comes from what you do out there every day, and it makes a difference. And you know what? This is important. This is important what you do. This is talking about the driving and we could go on and on. I'm just telling you, we need to let everybody know that by getting out and looking, you doing that habit, it makes a big difference in the overall scheme of things.
Well, it absolutely does. And one of the things you may not know, but in 3 months, we will be celebrating a 3-year anniversary. Do you know what that 3-year anniversary is of?
The show.
It is. July of 2018,
That's the show.
We started our first go-to meeting, and we had 15, 14 people.
You didn't think I was going to get it.
I did not. I did not. Great job. Drive
safe. I had to think about it a minute, and then it hit me.
But it just shows with that consistency and that persistence, and then just keep at it, right? You know, don't get discouraged when the streaks end and the record. Start another one, and let's beat it then, right? Because sometimes
learn from it. Learn from it.
Just like we learned, hey, this show has evolved from just me talking for 10 or 15 minutes on a go-to meeting with no videos, no nothing, to this, you know? And so it shows the commitment of the company, the drivers, and the buy-in, and then you start to see the fruits, like the only company that doesn't receive a rate hike in insurance, you know? And so it's not been a quick, easy path.
Absolutely. We have a great chance to make a difference, right? We have a great,
Yes.
and we have a chance to, with your help. I'm just saying, I don't want ever to miss the genuine scope of what we're talking about here. Yeah. And that's you. That's you doing what you do out there on the road. We can sit in here and we can do everything, but I'm telling you, you have to figure out a way to make a difference every single day. And you know what? Challenge yourself to be better. Challenge yourself to be the one to make a difference today, not only for what you do for yourself, but do it for the next person, right?
Absolutely.
Do it for the individuals out there that you don't ever want to meet.
No,
right?
That's right.
I'm telling you,
absolutely right.
You don't ever want to meet them for that reason. You want to make sure that it is okay.
And we're going to see some videos today of some people you don't want to meet.
Right,
right. Any questions?
CJ, what do you got for us?
I was just going to go back to that get out and look. I don't know how anybody else looks at it, but this is one way to look at it. I done drug my wagon 1,310 miles. I've been underneath for 2 days. And that last 10 minutes, I'm going to screw up. I mean, I thank God that I'm here. Oh, it's pretty rough 2 days to get here. I'll be darned if I'm going to back into somebody by not taking that 10 minutes, 7 minutes to get out and walk around. I mean, that's one way. That's how I look at it. Maybe that can help somebody. You know, you've been under that load for a little bit. And the last 160 feet, you screw up. And that's one good way of looking at it. Other than that, I think BCB is all right. The best of the bestest. Don't you think? Are we best of the bestest? My brother used to think gooder. I think we're gooder than the rest. Good as the best and better than the rest. That's how you pass.
There you
get the t-shirt. Good as the best and better than the rest. BCB. Y'all have a great day. I'm coming in, and I think we're going to take 10 days off. We've been out for 8 weeks. We're going to come in for a day or two, check on the house, get the neighbors brought us anything to eat.
All right.
Thank you, CJ.
And anybody else that wants to talk, you must start off with Go Cardinals.
No,
okay?
You don't.
No,
Otherwise, don't raise your hand.
Or you'll be muted immediately.
Hey, David Mason, what do you got for us?
Mason?
Where's my Cardinal fans? I know they're out there.
I was just going to say to Dave's point, asking if anybody's changing their habits. I've been here a month. I came from Little Debbie, and we had 70-mile-an-hour trucks over there. I used to always never wanted to lose that speed, and I was really, really bad about timing those lane changes and just coming over here, logging into these meetings, watching these videos. I have really, really, really paid attention to changing my habits. So, and I'm also the one that said something about finding the crazy face on YouTube.
Hey, so by the way, Mr. Mason, and I just want to, first of all, thank you very much. And it's fantastic that you're watching this show and you're participating. And it's also fantastic that you're finding a new way to do something that you've done a long time. How long have you been driving, Mr. Mason?
24 years.
Yeah, and isn't it awesome that you finding that safety is so important, and that what we're trying to do here is enough on your own, enough to realize that maybe you can get just a little bit better. Isn't that awesome?
It is.
Oh, yeah, it's great. And my wife, when I first told her about BCB's commitment to safety, she used to work in the law department at Willett Shaw a long time ago and worked in safety. And, of course, you know, a lot of companies, safety butts heads with operations.
Yeah.
And I told her, like, this company is not like that. This company, safety is number one. And when I first started here, she was kind of like, okay. But she's starting to believe it now.
Yeah, and you know what? It does take a minute, you know, because of the industry and what over the years, right? There's a stigma. But man, Mr. Mason, I appreciate what it is you're doing. I wanted to say thank you, especially that you've been here a little while, and it's already starting to sink in, right? That yes, it is for real here, and that what you're doing here matters not only to what not only matters to us here at BCB, but it matters to everybody out there on the road that you share the road with.
Absolutely. And the drivers have changed my way of approaching orientation. You know, they've set the bar so high that now I want to do that in orientation. All these new drivers, I tell them, look, I'm not saying it's mandated, but I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to fit in and make it successful here if you don't buy into our safety culture, because our drivers have set this bar. And I'm just going to challenge each one of you to be on these calls, get their knowledge and learn from it. And so far, we've had a pretty good turnout with our new fleet in the last month or so. So
yeah,
David was one, I think, has been here about 6-7 weeks, maybe. So thank you, David, for being part of our culture.
Next.
All right. Carrie Mobley, how are you doing this morning?
Carrie Mobley.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's going on, Kerry?
No Cardinals or go Cardinals?
Go Cardinals.
No.
I'm voting no
I was
Cardinals.
No Cardinals. But
First
yeah.
place Cardinals.
What do you got? What do you got, Mr. Mobley?
I was wondering, Bob, if you had a chance to look at the video I sent her this morning.
I did not.
Oh, well, it was a truck wreck on 79 South here in West Virginia from the stove this morning.
Uh-huh.
And both sides were closed. Both lanes were closed down.
That's not a good sign.
And there were, I've never seen it before, but there was other trucks pulled over on the right shoulder on my side going northbound. So they had everybody pushing over to the left. But I don't know if it's still open or closed right now. But it was pretty bad. He crossed from my side going north, crossed the median and busted his trailer in half. And landed on the southbound side.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Anybody's going south, be careful. Just slow down, take your time.
Yeah, there's no flat spots in West Virginia.
There's no straight space.
No, there's not.
That ain't no lie.
Well, I'm telling you.
Y'all have a good morning. Everybody have a blessed day. We'll see y'all later.
Hey, thank you, Carrie. Next.
All right. We got Dennis Wondercheck. How are you this morning,
What's going
Dennis?
on, Dennis?
Hello there. First of all, congratulations to Mr. Winsour for winning the video today.
Oh, nice.
And
Good shout out.
I love the videos. It definitely does change my behavior. And when I start to get into bad habits, that helps me nip those in the bud. Also, I wanted to say, years ago, Saturday Night Live, when they had Rick Springfield on, had a bit with a fake university, where Rick Springfield was a recruiter for Winston University, where they would accept the parents' tuition money and then split half of the student. And then after 4 years, they'd hand them a piece of paper. But
My kind of college.
as far as the
Oh, we lost you.
you were talking about the meeting yesterday afternoon. I tuned in at 2:30 and missed it. Did we move the time on the afternoon meeting?
No, I was about 30 seconds late getting on. It was at 2:30. I just barely made it. I looked down at my computer and said 2:30 on the nose. I'm like, oh, because I was used to Dave Krause doing it, and I just get in the habit of getting in that.
And I reminded you yesterday.
You did.
All right. Hey, who else we got? Hey, thanks, Brian.
Yeah, we got Alan Arnold. How are you doing this
Dennis,
morning, Alan?
Hey, good morning.
No, that's not the 2 words.
You're fine. You're fine, Alan. Yeah. Good morning is fine. What do you got? What do you got for us, buddy?
Hey, look, I at least put the same color. All right, Cincinnati Reds. All right.
Oh, that's who we beat.
I want to say thank you to Carrie because Carrie called in, talked to Debbie. She called me, told me about the accident. I just went through it. There was actually 3 semis and 1 4-wheeler into that, and they were cleaning up the 2. That's why you guys were stuck on the northbound, Carrie. But southbound still backed up. I just got through it, and just a reminder that's why I shut down yesterday. I drove an hour and a half starting my shift, and I sent y'all a video of the whiteout. You just don't take for granted on these roads. You got to keep the respect for the road, plain and simple. I shut down. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late getting home next weekend. It doesn't matter. Got to respect these roads. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, thanks,
Thank you, Alan.
That's great. That's great advice. You know, in the conditions, Mother Nature doesn't care.
No.
She doesn't care. She's going to do what she does, and you just got to be aware of it, and you got to make sure that you prepare yourself in whatever way. And if that means not run, that means not run. If that means slow down, that means slow down. If that means take it easy, take it easy. If that just means being a little bit more cautious, that's all that it means, right? So you got to be prepared for Mother Nature, and Mother Nature does not care. She will do what she does, and you have to adjust to her. Who else you got?
Andy Hallgarth.
What's up, Miss
How are
Andy?
you doing this morning?
I'm doing great this morning. I just got one thing to say to Mr. Bob. Don't have no stuffing.
There you go. Thank you, Andy.
Hey, Andy, are you able to have your cats in the truck this morning?
She is now.
I go where I go. They're always
10-4. All right. And then who else we got, Dylan?
All right, Richard Crable. How are you?
What's going on, Richard?
I'm doing well. Good morning, gentlemen. Go Atlanta Braves. I just wanted to say that, David, you pointed out a good thing about, yes, I have learned a lot of things. I've been driving for 21 years, and I still make room for myself to learn things out here. I never perceived myself knowing that I know everything. But number 2, when I listen to the show, sometimes you guys cut out or the video cut out or something. Is that from your side or my side? That's what I would like to ask.
Both.
Because sometimes I lose volume and I can still I don't watch the video when I'm driving or anything, but sometimes I catch it out of the corner of my eye and I see the whole picture is frozen. And Dave, you look very frozen all the time. Sometimes when I see it, but I just wonder if it was on my end because I'm moving all the time.
It could be.
And the volume or whatever. I don't know. I'm just asking if there's some kind of technical problem or whatever.
No,
I'm going to leave it at that, but
yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Richard, you know what? And first of all, I'll try to be a little more animated in the Frozen. But I will tell you that when you're moving and you're driving in the vehicle, you're going to be bouncing in and out. And just like you lose a drop a call, you're going to be doing the same thing, especially when you're trying to run video or trying to run audio or what have you. It's going to be the same way. Just, you've dropped calls before driving and those things are going to happen.
Yeah, and Richard drives in and out of the mountains. Plus, it can be your phone because sometimes your phone don't have the capacity or the bandwidth to, and you get that, what do they call it? Doggone it, I had the word and I forgot it.
Lag?
Producer? No, where it re-catches up.
Buffering?
Buffering, thank you. Yeah, it buffers, and so it pauses and freezes while it catches up and creates more space for you to, especially on videos.
But I just want to let Richard know it's a good thing that maybe he's getting paused when it's on me and not on somebody else.
Oh, wow.
Right, Richard.
There you go, David. David, yes, David. But no, you're number one Freeze fan.
All right.
Great stuff. Anybody else you got? Hey, thanks. I appreciate you, Richard. Be safe out there.
And so it is time for
Pache R.
Hello, good morning. How are y'all?
What's going on, Miss Christie?
Well, I have quite a few things to say. Want to remind everyone that I know we've been talking about renewing your CDL, that acceptance is going to be up. But for anyone, when you renew your CDL, I know you usually give us a paper copy. Please remember that we still do need a physical copy, a copy of the physical card once you receive it. So once you receive that hard copy of your CDL in the mail, we do still need to receive a copy of that. So please be sure that you are following up and getting that to us. And since it is Good Friday, what better way than to announce March's Driver of the Month? And it is Mr. Stephen Lewick. Congratulations. And I thought it was really neat, speaking of, buying into the safety culture and everything. He is one of our drivers that joined us from Warm. And to see that, he's definitely bought into the culture and is doing his part, we really appreciate it. So congratulations on being March's Driver of the Month.
Congratulations, Stephen.
And then today we have quite a few birthdays and anniversaries. So I'll start with our birthdays today. We have Richard Rowe, Laney Howe, and Donald Shirk. Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday.
And for anniversaries, we've got Isidro Del Villar. He's celebrating 2 years with BCB. And then Dylan Rucker has been here for 3 years. And Michelle Shapiro has been here for 3 years. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Congratulations, guys.
And going into the weekend, we have an anniversary tomorrow for Mr. Josh Bennett. He's celebrating 3 years as well. Happy anniversary.
All right, Josh.
And then rounding it out is birthdays on Sunday. We've got Peter Haig and Justin Saul. Happy birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, or I guess early birthday, I should say. Happy early birthday.
It's coming.
You know what? Regardless, we still got it, so it's fine.
You won't be here to celebrate it with them, but I probably will.
You make it sound like I'm dying or something.
Well,
like you're not. Oh, he'll pass by then.
I don't think I looked at it like that at all.
No, I know you weren't looking at it like that. It just sounded like it.
Party.
Yeah, we'll show here. Hey, we had Alan Arnold's video. I heard y'all talking about that. Carrie, Alan's, yours was a little early. Here's Alan's. We can show it right here. You see the snow and the ice up there in the
West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. That was crazy. I saw Alan's email yesterday, or his video yesterday. He shot in as well. And man, just to see. When we're experiencing weather out here, that's golf weather. Alan, I'll be honest with you. I golfed yesterday at 3:45 in the afternoon. I didn't see any of this out here. No snow, no ice, no emergency vehicles. It was all shorts yesterday. So, but neat. But it is. It's kind of, when you see what y'all are going through and how weather can just change just like that, right in the instance. It's absolutely amazing. So
you can see where the truck had entered into the median here, and then they cleared it and moved it over there.
Yeah, so good stuff there. And again, kind of I don't know how to do the thing yet, but we'll get there.
You just gotta close the well, no, not right there. Nope. Okay.
All right.
We'll work on it after the show, and I'll help you out with it. Yep. Nope. It's okay.
But anyway, we have it's cool to have the ability to do all of this stuff right here. The internet that we have to run some of these things. So again, we'll get better at this. I'll get better at this, and next week when we start, hopefully Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be ready to start giving you a production I think's worthy of you. So something we've got to continue to work on. We're going to get better at what we do to make sure that we give you the information to be successful here at BCB. Hey, we want to thank you for all you do. Have a great Good Friday. Is that possible to have a great Good Friday?
It is impossible.
Why do they call it Great Friday?
Well,
I'm just asking a question.
Sometimes good is sometimes it? Sometimes
I don't know. Hey,
good.
Let's go to a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day you've given us. We want to thank you for all that you blessed us with, for our drivers, for watching out for us, for keeping us safe, for always looking out for this company. I ask you to be with us and the people that we are, to help us become better leaders, to help us to have more patience, to help us to always try to find a way to put you first in our lives, and always find a way to reflect you in let us be a reflection of you. Lord, watch over our drivers that are having family problems, people sick or marital problems, just to be with everybody. Lord, get us through this and get us towards that area of even more success. We ask you, Lord, for all of this and so much more. It's in your son's name we pray. Amen. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Be safe, everybody.